Hey guys, so in today's video we will be looking at budgeting on a low income, and I have decided for this video I will use my first ever income that I got when I graduated from university, so from my first graduate job. So that's what we're going to be working with today. Hey guys, welcome to Budget with a July Dreamer. My name is Miranda, and on this channel I share all things personal finance, specifically sharing tips on how to save, how to invest, as well as how to budget. If these topics interest you, then please hit that like button, as well as subscribe to my channel for more content like this. So today's video, I will be using my personal template that you can find on my Etsy shop. I'll leave the links in the description bar below. And I just wanted to share this video because it's been requested by a lot of people within my financial circle who want to know how they can budget on a low income. I do have a lot of friends who have got inconsistent income, so it's not a fixed amount every single month. I do have friends who are on low income, and for excuse me, for the purpose of this video, I wanted to share with you how now I would have budgeted using my first ever graduate income. So I'll be looking down on my laptop as I walk you through. Again, the template can be purchased from my Etsy shop. I'll leave the links down below. So let's start the screen record as I walk you through this budget tracker. So first things first, we are working with 1,200. This is the amount of money that I used to get as soon as I started working as a graduate. This is all after tax. So firstly, I'll try and explain my budget tracker, and then I'll walk you through some of the numbers that I have proposed. So again, if you're on this income, this video will give you an idea of how you can budget. If you're on more income, then again you will see some of the areas that you will need to possibly add some more money in, and possibly could be adding more money to your savings. So first things first, my trackers all have an income section. They have a fixed section, personal expenses depending on the type of tracker you've got from me, sinking funds, savings, and then at the bottom or somewhere in the middle you will find total expenditures. Then at the top we have the type of income for the income section, so that could be your salary. If you have side hustles, you can insert them easily by just inserting like that. It's very simple, nothing too difficult there. Then I have a column which I call expected income. So this is the income that you believe you will get if you have a 9-to-5 job, or whatever other job that you have that you will get from your employer. So that is your fixed income. Sometimes we don't know what that income would be. So if you don't know, honestly, you can't budget for what you don't know. So this is why normally we recommend you look at the last 3 months, take an average. Then for actual income, you will complete this tab of actual income when you've actually received your income. So you were expecting to get 1,200, but maybe you got 1,400, for example. So that is what you would put in that column. And then percentage of income, this just helps to calculate for you that, you know, from your salary, it's, if you didn't get any other income, it'll be say 100%. But if, for example, for your carryover income, and I'll explain what that is, you had an extra £200 lying around, then it will tell you that 13% of your total income is coming from your carryover money. So I just added that in to just give me an idea of the income that I'm working with. So carryover income, again, this is called different things by different people. Carryover income or month ahead. So personally, I practice zero-based budgeting, which means my income minus my expenses equals zero, right? But this does not mean that my bank balance is zero. It just means that when I get paid, that money is given various jobs, and one of the jobs that my money gets is being carryover money or month ahead money. So I always make sure I have a buffer in my account, so I keep about £1,000 in my buffer, and this is money that I will use the next month to pay for the newer bills that will come in, not even newer bills, or my regular bills that come in before I get paid, so that I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. And I'll cover the paycheck to paycheck budgeting style in another video, but that's what my carryover means. So this could be changed to buffer, this could be changed to carryover money or month ahead, whatever you want to call it. So let's get back to our video. So we are working with a total income of 1,200. Now for the fixed expenses, these are your needs, right? So these are your needs. So we are looking at if you have got a mortgage, so that is what you will be looking to pay. If you have a rent, that is also something that obviously you'll be paying. That's part of your needs. These are things that you need to survive, like you need a roof over your head, right? So that is what we have here. Now for this example, I am assuming that you have a mortgage and your type of mortgage is shared ownership. And again, I'm trying to draw examples from the people around me. So if your mortgage as part of your shared ownership is £250, you budget £250. Normally I will encourage you to budget a little bit more. So if your mortgage is say 249, then I say budget 250, because it's better to budget more than less, because if it's less, then you will find yourself in default or in a minus number later on when everything else has gone through. So we are budgeting 250. Again, because if for this example we're saying you are part of a shared ownership scheme, it means that you are paying rent. So your rent could be anything from £100 to £150, right? So that's what we have budgeted here. Council tax, if you are living alone, it's definitely about 140. At least I'm paying that. I'm paying 120 because I changed a couple of things. So this is if you're living alone and you've got the single person's tax discount. If you don't, then obviously this might be more, but you need to find out from your council, your local council, to know how much you are expected to pay every single month for the type of house that you are living in. Home insurance, so this could be renter's insurance if you are not owning, you don't have a mortgage, haven't bought that house, so that could be renter's insurance, but we're saying home insurance for now. And the lowest deal I have found so far was for about £25. Income protection, if you have a mortgage, you will know that this is something that they recommend you have, just in case you fall on hard times, you lose your job or what have you, you want to have that income that will still be paying the mortgage whereas you can't work. So we are budgeting £15 for that. Again, this is the lowest deal I have seen, but my personal ones are very expensive, but I've seen for other people they are cheaper. Gas and electric, I've combined these because there are companies that are providing these services and put them as a combined bill, but if they're not, then you can split them out. I've shown you how to insert in this tracker. So we are budgeting £60 for that. So we are budgeting £30 for gas, £30 for electricity. Water, we're budgeting £20 because that's how much I pay for my 3-bed house. But I pay £24. But if your house is maybe 1-bed or 2-bed, it might be lower, depending also on your provider and the rates that you're on or the type of service that you're getting from your provider. The internet, I've put £30 because for the best Virgin Media deals that I've seen in the past that was on until I moved over to Sky, they were about £30. I'm paying 28 with Sky, so I'm just overestimating here for the purpose of this video. Then personal mobile. So we're saying you are on low income, so we should be looking at you not being on a contract. We should be looking at you only having to pay the SIM deal, nothing more. If you're on a contract, it should hopefully only be a SIM deal. But if you are on a phone contract that you are paying for maybe 25 or 35 pounds more, then you have to adjust your other numbers. But for the purpose of this video, we're assuming you own your phone outright. It may not be the latest model, but you own it outright and you're only paying £10 for the SIM deal. That is it. So for your fixed expenses on £1,200, we're saying you are budgeting to spend £700 of that, which is a huge chunk already. So when you're on low income, it's not the end of the world that there are certain things that you have to forego, but it is very important to have a budget so you know what essentials need to come out first and then what money will go to your other bills, or you can spend miscellaneous. And it's also good to know what amount of money from what you get paid you can spend frivolously, you can enjoy. Because the worst thing I remember being on 1,200 a month was the fact that I found it hard to enjoy my money. So I'll work hard for 30 days, get paid, all of it goes all to my bills, especially my debt when I was in debt, and I'll do a separate video for that when I was in debt, and then I never got to enjoy my money, which pissed me off. But that was the situation I was in, and I tried to break that cycle. So for this purpose, we're saying you're working with £700. Now, moving over to personal expenses, because every budget needs a personal expenses category. So we're saying food. Food, we are putting £150. If you're a single person, I am now spending only £80 because I am actually making sure I eat at home. I'm not eating out a lot, and I cook a lot at home. I meal plan, so that helps a lot. So I'm only spending £80, but I have been in the past spending £150 to £200. So I've just decided to take £150 as for your food, but this could be lower depending on the type of diet that you're on as well, because certain things are quite expensive for different diets. So we're saying 150. Miscellaneous, every single budget needs to have miscellaneous. You have to have miscellaneous because there is always something that comes up. So we're saying £25 for miscellaneous. Shopping, because you want to enjoy your money. You may be on low income, but you work hard for that money. So we need to include something in there that makes you happy. So I've put £50 here, but you could put it lower. You could put £20, you could put £30, but definitely try to stay below £50, especially when you're on a low income. Fuel, because you do need to get to work, so we're budgeting a little bit more for fuel. I'm putting £75. Gym membership. Now, this is debatable. Do you need a gym membership when you're on a low income? I think so. I think if you can work it into your budget, definitely do it. But otherwise, if it's stretching your budget too much, I will get rid of it. Work at home. There's so many videos on YouTube that you can use, so many, so you don't necessarily have to have a gym membership. But if you feel that you do, this is part of your recreation, this is part of something that makes you happy, then definitely. So we're going to budget £30, because I know there's a lot of gyms that charge a lot more. I think Pure Gym charges about £20. So if you've got one near you, then you can go for that one and save some money. Then eating in and out. So this is for your takeaways, for when you go out with your friends. Again, you can combine your shopping and your eating out, and that will give you a whole £80 to work with. Again, you don't need to have this in, but I personally think there are days when you get tired of cooking your own food and you just want some junk food. It's part of life. So definitely have that in your budget. So we're saying for the purpose of this budget, we're going to put £30. So for your total expenses, that means for personal expenses, you are looking to spend at least £360. So already we've spent £700 on fixed expenses. Now we're spending £360. So we've already spent £1,060 from your 1,200 budget. So your budget. So how do we work with the rest of that income? So what else can you do with what is left? So we move over now to sinking funds. So sinking funds are types of savings that you have for a specific reason. So here, because we know that you need to have your car to go to work, most of our sinking funds are focused on your car. So this is what we're going to have here. So first we'll start off with home maintenance. If you own your house, you definitely need a home maintenance fund, because pipe might burst. You have to call upon your insurance to pay for that. You have to think about your premium going up if it happens so often, or certain little bits that you need for your house. You definitely need to think about having a home maintenance fund. So we are going to be putting, this is savings, so we're going to be putting £250. You may have a target of making sure that you have saved at least £300 for your home maintenance. Once this is fulfilled, you can move on to another goal. So that's what we're saying you're working with. Then car insurance. So your car insurance is very important. Now, I have, for the first time in my life, paid annual car insurance instead of paying monthly, and I have saved a lot of money. So this is why we're assuming you want to do the same, or you do the same already. So you want to be saving a little bit every single month before your car insurance is due. So this could be a lot more attitude or less, depending on when your car is coming up for, your car insurance is coming up for renewal. So again, we're budgeting 25 for that. Then your car service, because you do need to service your car quite frequently. So I think every year. So my Ford EcoSport, I do that every year. Other people do it every couple of years, and other people do it every 5 years. But for me, I prefer to do it yearly because I use my car a lot. So I budget £10 for the purpose of this budget. In my personal budget, I put a little bit more, but for the purpose of this budget, we're saying we're going to put a little bit of £10 towards the car service. Then your road tax, whether you like it or not, if you drive, you gotta pay your road tax. So again, we're thinking about how often you pay that. I think monthly it's about £6, and I pay every 6 months, and I think it comes to like £76 or thereabouts every 6 months. So you could do that. You can save up and pay for the whole year, so it's one less bill to worry about, and then every single month just put a little bit until it's time to pay. So that is what we've decided, that for the purpose of this budget, we're going to be putting £10. So you are now spending £70, well, not spending, but putting £70 towards your savings for your car insurance, service, road tax, and also for your home maintenance, because it's important. But you still have a little bit of money left, and what can you do with that money? I propose we send that money to savings. Now, we are assuming that you do not have any debt. I will do a separate video where you have debt and how we will budget that. So, emergency fund. An emergency fund is an important, absolutely important saving type that you need to have. You know, something might happen that is an emergency, and if you're not careful, if you don't have money saved, you will end up using your credit card or getting a loan to pay for that. That will then take you into debt. So we're trying to avoid debt on this channel. So we're saying for emergency fund, look at your budget and see how much you can afford. But we're, for the purpose of this budget, we're saying £25. Okay. Holiday, again, we work hard in our jobs, and you know, we just don't want all of our money going to our bills. We want to have at least one holiday, whether it's abroad or within, you know, the area that you live, I mean the country that you live, it doesn't matter. You need to be putting a little bit of money away, you know, aside for a holiday. So for the purpose of this budget, we're saying you'll be putting £15. That's not a lot, but it will add up, it will accumulate, and trust me, before you know it, when you're ready to go on your holiday, you will have at least a little bit of money there that you can spend when you're on your holiday. Investing. Now, this again, there's been a huge misconception with a lot of people, especially when you're on low income, that I cannot afford to invest. For the purpose of this budget, we've shown that you can put £30 towards investing. With investing these days, there's so many platforms. I'll leave the links in the description bar below that you can try out. That will help you to invest with as little as £1. You do not need to have thousands on thousands to invest. If you do, that's good for you. But if you don't, work with the little that you have. And for the purpose of our budget, we are working with £30. Every single month, we are going to be putting £30 towards our investing. Okay, so for our £1,200, you know, if we see that we haven't spent all the money for the food or what have you, we either put it into the savings or we throw it to investing as well. You may have other types of savings that you want to work on. If you do, then you can add them there. But for the purpose of this budget, we haven't. So we've said for our savings, we're putting another £70. So if you think about it, sinking funds are savings, so we put in £70, and then another savings that you are putting away together, that adds up to £140. So essentially, you're putting £140 towards your savings on a £1,200 income. So again, I'm not saying these are the only bills that you will ever have. I'm sure you have a lot of other bills, but when you're on a low income, there are certain things you will need to get rid of. You do not need to have all the subscription services, so you will need to choose. Do you want to have Sky TV? Sky TV or Virgin Media, or do you just want streaming services where you choose between Netflix, Prime, Disney? Choose one of them and then use that. Otherwise, you can just be switching them every 3 months. You go with Disney Plus and then cancel, Netflix and then cancel, you know, Prime and then cancel. Whatever you choose, you can do that. So Because I follow a zero-based budget, we're going to look at this and see if it's a zero-based budget. So £700 we're sending towards your fixed expenses. Personal expenses, we said we're sending 360. Then your sinking funds, we're sending £70. And your savings, you're also sending £70, which adds up to 1,200. So on the 1,200 budget, we actually can see how we can budget it. We can send 140 towards our savings. We can spend, it's possible for us to spend less than £1,000 on our fixed expenses and also on our personal expenses, because it's important to enjoy the money that you're making. We can spend at least £360. So you don't have to exactly follow it the way I have done, but I wanted to show you how you can budget on a low income. It is possible to budget on a low income. You just have to be real with yourself. Sit down, cut out any unnecessary expenditures, and just focus on what's important. So I hope this video was helpful to some of you who might be on low income. So let me know in the comments below if you found this video useful, and also some of the changes that you might make, some of the changes that you have made if you are on a low income. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next one.